This whole situation has been nothing short of wild. So today, we're going to talk about the latest drama involving the love and marriage, Huntsville world, and more specifically, how one blogger who used to drag Melody Sherry is now suddenly changing her tune, and people are calling her out for it. Audio has resurfaced where she completely goes in on Melody, calling her bitter, accusing her of trying to destroy marriages, and even defending Wanda's past comments. And now? That same blogger is acting like she's always been on Melody's side. But as always, the internet never forgets. Now, for those who might not be all caught up, let's rewind just a bit. This blogger recently made a video comparing herself to Melody Sherry. She said she feels like she's in a similar situation as Melody, where all the bloggers are ganging up on her and trying to bring her down. But here's the thing, this same blogger was the one who started calling out other bloggers not too long ago. So when people started clapping back and calling her out for her past behavior, suddenly it became a problem. Now she doesn't want anyone to respond or criticize her, but she had no issue going at others. It didn't take long for people to start digging through her past videos and audio clips. And that's when things really started getting messy. Someone sent a DM pointing out that this blogger used to drag Melody hard. Not just a little criticism, she went in. This was around the time when Melody was having issues with the Scotts, mainly Tisha and Marceau. The blogger claimed that Melody was just bitter about her failed marriage and was lashing out at others because of it. She said Melody was trying to destroy other people's relationships simply because hers didn't work out, and that wasn't all. She even defended Wanda, saying Wanda wasn't talking about Sugar Mama, that Wanda was really just repeating what Martell had already said. Then she doubled down and started calling Melody a 304, and y'all know what that means. The disrespect was real. She took sides, and back then, she was heavily supporting the Scotts. She said it wasn't profitable to be on Melody's side at the time, which basically tells us everything we need to know about where her loyalty was. But now, she's flipping the script. All of a sudden, she's talking like she's been a Melody supporter from day one. She's acting like people are targeting her unfairly, when in reality, she's created a lot of this drama herself. People are noticing the switch-up, and they're not here for it. This goes even deeper though. In that same resurfaced audio, the blogger goes on a rant about Melody, saying she was mad because other people's marriages were still intact while hers was falling apart. She said Melody was determined to prove that all the other men on the show were cheating too, just so she wouldn't be the only one hurting. She even accused Melody of trying to convince Kimmy that Maurice was cheating, just to plant seeds of doubt. Now, whether any of those cheating rumors are true or not, that's not the point here. The real issue is how this blogger used to say some truly nasty things about Melody. She called her bitter, jealous, and even tried to make it seem like Melody was the one in the wrong for reacting to her own pain. It's really clear that this blogger had something personal going on, because she wasn't just reporting, she was projecting. From what people have been saying, this blogger had her own messy situation. She used to pretend like she was married, but the truth came out that she was never legally married. She had multiple kids with a man who already had children, and he never married her. He cheated on her constantly. So when you hear her attacking Melody, you start to realize that a lot of that venom was coming from her own bitterness. It wasn't really about Melody, it was about her own unresolved pain. Other content creators have also started speaking out. They're sharing their own experiences dealing with this same blogger, how she lied on them, tried to intimidate them, and even made threats. Some of them had their channels taken down or targeted just for speaking their mind. She accuses everyone else of being fake, stealing content, or attacking her, but she's been doing the exact same thing, if not worse, and it's funny because now she's scrambling. She deleted a bunch of videos from her backup channel. But the question is, if she didn't do anything wrong, why start deleting videos? Why erase the receipts? If you stand on what you said, then stand on it. But clearly, she's trying to clean up her past now that it's being brought to light. Let's talk more about what she actually said in that audio. She straight up said that Melody didn't want to be the only one getting cheated on. That she wanted to expose all the other husbands so that no one else could be happy if she wasn't. She said Melody was on a mission to destroy marriages, and that even back in season 1, you could see it in her actions. She even claimed that Melody never had any real receipts. That the only one she had was Alanda, and even she denied the allegations. That's a strong accusation to make, to say someone is faking evidence just to hurt others. And let's be honest, saying stuff like that can be damaging, especially when you have a platform and people who believe every word you say. She also talked about how Melody was closer to Kimmy than to Tisha and that Melody was constantly trying to convince Kimmy that her man was cheating too. But again, this all comes down to perspective. Was Melody trying to hurt people, or was she speaking from her own trauma and just reacting to everything falling apart in her own life? People forget that when you're going through heartbreak, betrayal, and public humiliation, you're not always going to act perfectly. That doesn't mean you're trying to destroy other people. It just means you're human, but this blogger didn't give Melody that same grace. She painted her as jealous, messy, and bitter. And now she's expecting everyone to give her grace? That's not how it works. She even tried to defend Wanda, saying Wanda wasn't talking about Melody's kids and that people overreacted. But we all remember what was said. That whole situation was ugly, and it was clear that lines were crossed. The blogger tried to twist the narrative to make it seem like Melody was the problem, that she was more mad at Wanda and the Scotts than she was at Martell, even though he was the one who publicly humiliated her, and let's not forget, Martell did the most. He went on a full-blown smear campaign. He told everyone who would listen that Melody slept with this person and that person, people that didn't even make sense. He was trying to ruin her image, and somehow, this blogger found a way to make that Melody's fault too. She said, "Look who Martell hangs around. Birds of a feather flock together." She implied that Melody was so mad about being cheated on that she wanted everyone else to be miserable too. That's a deep accusation to make about someone's character, especially when that person is just trying to survive a toxic relationship and rebuild their life. And now? The same blogger is sitting here acting like she's misunderstood, like people are attacking her for no reason. But this is what happens when you don't stand on your words or own your past behavior. People remember, other creators are already planning to go live and share their stories, because this wasn't just about one or two messy comments. It's been years of drama, lies, and bullying behind the scenes. It's about time people started speaking up and setting the record straight, and here's the truth. When you build your platform on tearing others down, eventually it comes back to you. That's why it's so important to keep it real and be fair. You don't have to like everyone. You don't have to support everyone. But you can't be out here spreading lies and hate and then crying victim when the tables turn. So while this blogger is out here deleting videos, rewriting history, and trying to make people forget what she said, the rest of us remember. We remember the insults, the dragging, the way she went after Melody during one of the hardest times in her life. And now that the spotlight is on her, she's scrambling to change the story, but the truth always comes out. So what do y'all think about all this? Do you believe the blogger was projecting her own pain onto Melody? Do you think this switch-up is genuine, or is it just about views and money now that the tides have turned? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a lot to unpack, and I want to hear from you. Make sure you stay tuned, because there's more coming. As other creators begin to speak out, the full picture will start to form. And once everything is laid out, we'll really be able to see who was telling the truth all along, and who was just faking for the camera. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.